Oh my goodness, hello and welcome back. This is Hearthside episode 28. Oh my goodness, we're almost to 30. It's gonna be great. Also, as you can see, I've made another machine, another large, kind of complicated looking machine, but I promise it's very simple and I will take you right through it. I have missed you guys. The vacation was wonderful. I had a wonderful time. Thank you, Auntie and Uncle. It was so cool, but about this machine, as you can see, we're going through kind of bays here, and this is to make some premium, which I do not have. As you can see, though, I have a whole bunch of Inferium tools and a growth accelerator and such. That is because I wanted a bunch of growth accelerators underneath these Inferium seeds. I also have some diamonds because this whole process did require a lot of diamonds. Now, what this machine is pretty simple. A bunch of Inferium comes in through this point and is all put together with an advanced crystal, a master infusion crystal, like I've done before, to make Prudentium, which moves on through to Tertium, which moves on through to Imperium, and of course down to Supremium. In order to make the next tiers of things, I would have to do Awaken Supremium, but I do not need to do that. Long story short, I put a whole bunch of armor into I got a Supremium chest plate and put it into this tinkering table, and we used one of the augments. Long story short, I can fly now. That's right. I am going to make so many tall buildings. It's going to be great. I am so excited. I can fly. So, let's lower on back down to the ground and talk about what we want to do for this next episode. I love building this stuff, but also at the same time, it's kind of boring because I'm 90% sure there's people out there who have done it faster, better, and more interestingly. So with the machines, I may just show you what I've done. Right now we have stone and nether growing over here, and it generally gets compacted and changed up over here to make andesite, and man, we are growing some andesite, so that helps. Mystical agriculture is, to be quite frank, just destructive to the environment. You could make garden after garden after garden after garden to get all of your things. So that's why we put it out here. As of right now, though, I got what I really wanted before I went on my trip. So let's talk about what to do next. You know, I never thought, can I use my tempad in the air? I'm gonna give it a shot. We're gonna go to Port Industria. Oh, yes I can. Also, another thing I was working on was replacing the town centerpiece, and I have ideas for this. It's going to be an obelisk. Yes, we're going to have an obelisk, and I think I'll put our steam engine in there and make it look really cool. Well, taking a look back at Urnshire, I do notice a few things. First off, we have many villagers, of course, and also this house, if I look in the second and third story, it is filled with beds, and that's not the best way to have a dense layout for lots of villagers. So, seeing as this village has become very overpopulated, and I miss these guys in a crazy way, I think I'm going to start building homes over in Port Industria for our villagers, and of course giving them jobs and all of that over there. Since we cannot put our major industrial farms all so close together unless I can turn them off and turn them on and have a full control switch and make it all interesting and make myself an industrial district, I'm thinking, then we will make that space into beautiful, wonderful living spaces, comfortable and delightful. I like our tower. I would like the outer portion to spin, but I have not worked that out yet. I think it's as simple as placing another one below, another one of these bearings below, and then having it move up, but I am afraid it won't rotate around the center like I want it. This place can become a comfortable home easily. It has plenty of space, and we'll have to figure out a way of getting up and down, and also we have to take these out because the villagers have a tendency to get stuck on them. And I'll yoink this seed reprocessor. We'll make some comfortable, beautiful gardens outside and move on from there. I think I have a few Endermen stuck up there. Oops. Also, this, I still think it should remain a sort of main building. It's massive, and it has large pillars for legs, so it feels like it's got to be a little bit more impactful. I'm thinking maybe this gets turned into our town hall. I take out these vaults and put in a large reception room below, maybe? And offices up here? I'm thinking so. We'll also have to figure out what to do with the minecart because I like it. Maybe it comes and gets the mail. And I like the party barge still, so we're gonna keep that. But it does make this kind of useless now that we don't have a train loading up lava. So we will figure that one out. Also over here, I think these can be more traditional gardens popping out the sides. Either which way, I think I need a council. Besides just me, these people live here, and I should be more accommodating to them. Whatever that might mean. There, got the upper story cleaned out, and got a little space for mail to come in. Which, if you're going to have a mayor or a council or anything like that, they should always have mail coming in. Of course, so that they can know what you need. That does include me, since I'm monarch. You know what? You know what? I actually think we're going to do things a little differently. I think we are going to make this a bed and breakfast rather than a town hall or a city hall. And I think that's because I do want guests to be available immediately. So we are going to make this into a place where I want to say 1 or 2 villagers live here, and they take care of the entire establishment, including food prep and all of that, and everything is colorful and cozy. I am so excited. Let's get started on this inside portion. I think this is where majority of like the bedrooms are going to be. So I'm gonna get started on that, and let's see how it looks afterwards. Well, I just wanted to check in with you on that bed and breakfast that I'm making. I have got the second story done. I'm not sure why I started on the second story, but I did. So let's go check it out. Also, I made the obelisk cottagecore. And runic? I'm not sure, but I like it. I think it really is going to reflect kind of the building style through here. A little bit ancient, a little bit cottagecore, a little bit futuristic. We'll see what happens. But as for now, we have a spiral staircase through this bottom story, which will end up being like a dining area. This is where a dining and food serving area. So we're going to work on that in a little bit. But for now, we have a spiral staircase up. My wand of symmetry is still up. Sorry about that. But this spiral staircase leads us into guest rooms. We have a little space, because of course this is a bed and breakfast, so this is what we've got. Shared restrooms and bathrooms between 2 different guest rooms. And if you want to socialize, we also have other guest rooms over here. It's a little bit hard to time-lapse the inside of buildings. So this is why I'm showing it to you this way. We've got some seats, kind of like a spa area over in these other portions. A nice hot bath for as soon as you're ready for it. Of course, the toilets. And more guest room. So yes, this portion, the second story, is done. I got the guest bedrooms out of the way. I love building bedrooms and living spaces. And this is what it looks like on the outside. I'll give you a fly around. I may yet pipe some water to the water tanks that are in there, but I don't know yet. And this This cart is where we're going to be putting anything that anybody wants to take on the party barge. Since it's a bed and breakfast, I figure the party barge can now go to the warehouse, yes, but also being more of a sightseeing piece, where you just take a long morning ride on a boat and have it be lovely. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I think, is start on this gathering space down here. This is going to be a lovely, lovely open area. And I do think I want to have things from apples or cozy foods be made here. Or delivered here. They may not be made here, but they'll be delivered here for the people who run the place. And I think what I want is an old couple that we had before. Trine and Michael. Sorry, just flying around talking to you. Trine and Michael are both kind of our originals. They're our cornerstone to what we've had. If that makes any sense. Well, I'm pulling you back in. We have the first story done. I'm so glad because holy moly, that took a little bit. For sure. But that's alright. We are going to do a little bit of a tour now. So I want this to feel very cottagecore, but reaching into the future. So I hope I'm capturing that vibe in a little way. I do need to decorate the sides of the building, but it's a bit narrow. And we have up front dining, a bunch of it. We're going to decorate those walls with something. I'm not sure what yet, though. But this is the place I wanted to show you. We've got a blackboard menu, mainly apple items right now. We have a cow in a jar. We got that way earlier. And we have a selling point. Well, a counter, specifically. And it has all sorts of things in there. We have pumpkin pie, we have yogurt, marshmallows, bread, we have cheese, we have apple pie. Oh my goodness, that's delightful. We have a little plush and an apple sapling in here. Michael will be putting up his sword, so what do we think? I think I managed to incorporate a spiral staircase in here without making it too frustrating. And we can move into the upper bedrooms. Oh my goodness, I would love to be in a place like this. I do think paintings on the wall would help. Yes, that did help. That helped quite a bit. I also need a shelf or two, because I do think we should be able to have games, board games, and things like that. There we are. A few more display pieces. I put another board over here. Oh my goodness, that is looking much better. We also put some dishes out in here. I think Trine and Michael will be very, very happy with it. We have a trash can over here. I may want to put a sign up that says it's a trash can. It's a little dark. So, first story done. Excellent. I'm loving it. Let's get on to the last story. And this one is Trine and Michael's. Now, Trine and Michael have a history, and they're the ones I trust the most from Yernshire. I've known them the longest. Now, Trine and Michael, again, are some of my most trusted people in Yernshire. They're both capable and intelligent. Trine has gotten up from death twice, I believe. I'll have to relook over their histories and the history of Yernshire, because, for real, I keep thinking my conductor is a skeleton. He's almost died like 8 times. Oh, I captured a demon sheep. You know, the dark gray ones. Because, to be quite frank, I keep running out of wool. I use it for sofas and things like that. So, for now, I haven't named him. I think I'm gonna name him. I want to name him Gerald. There we go, Gerald. By the way, I was thinking about this place quite a bit, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. I'm thinking it's pretty squat and low down. This might be a sort of guard shack or garrison? Because, to be quite frank, most of the world is peaceful, especially during the daytime, but things come up from the caves at random, and also night brings a whole lot of terrors, so yeah, we still need guards. Alright, later, Gerald. It's a squat, dark building. It feels like a good place for a bunch of knights. So I've got a large space here, but I only have really an accessible point for anybody who may have mobility problems. It's a spiral staircase. That's not an accessibility point. I only have one here for this ramp. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a guest bedroom in this space. I think it's more than plenty enough, considering we split the lower floors down to 4, for a family and an accessible, easy-to-use guest room. So I'm going to get started on that, and I will see you guys in a minute. Right, so to check in a little bit with you guys, I started the 3rd story, and we've gotten a nice, accessible space for a guest room with an easy-to-get in and out of bathtub and a toilet with a rail next to it. So, trash can. I'd probably need to add trash cans to other spaces. We also have a nice little gathering space. These people love to host. They love to have people around. I think Trine and everyone is used to having kind of a crowded town, so we're going to give them a space to host. And in here is a bedroom, small, cozy, very small, very cozy. They sacrificed a room in this bedroom specifically so they could have a nice large gathering space. This will be the kitchen. That will be an access to an attic. This I'm not sure of yet. And this I'm not sure of yet. Actually, I think I do want something... Actually, maybe this is a restroom? Nice large master bath. And I cut off the access here. I was going to have a door. And then access up to an attic where we'll store some things and make it look much nicer. This might be a staging area for luggage and stuff to go onto the party barge. Perfect. Now the kitchen is done. We have a Viridian backsplash there and lots of counter space with almost everything you can have in a kitchen, as well as a small private dining space with family cookbooks and a sack of stuff. And now for our luggage staging area, as well as maybe like a snack place. I think this area should be a snack place, then there should be another doorway, or no, a wall right along here because they can access it from their bedroom. And we'll have a space for staging luggage and such. Right, so last time checking in on the upstairs. We have stuffed pumpkin laid out for guests. We have this guest room that I've shown you. We also have a snack bar here because they love to host. We have a large banquet table back here and also a storage area that may or may not have gotten a little out of hand recently. I've shown you the bedroom and the kitchen. But now we have this staging area for luggage to go on the party barge. And with that, the upstairs is finally finished. That took me a while, I am not going to lie. It might not be totally finished. Hang on. Now it's finished. So now we just have to work on the outside. And that will complete about 90% of this build. We've got a lot of windows to take care of, some framing to get taken care of. So now let's finish the top of this building and then put in some roads, and we'll finish the episode out on kind of a time lapse. I'll also have to move Gerald and that stonecutter back there. Now that we've gotten the outside much more decorated and much nicer, and we also have roads laid in, basic block roads, I am going to get Michael in Trine, if Michael is in fact married to Trine. I may have to check on who he's with, and yeah, I definitely want Michael running this place, and then whoever his spouse might be. So we'll go grab them. Gosh, dang it, Trine. Ah! Well, for now, we'll move one villager over there, and that will be Michael, and whoever his partner is, if... yeah. There you are.
Hi there.
Hello. I wonder if I can get you to run into the Tempad portal. After me. We will see. It didn't work. Dang it. Alright, I'll have to go get him in a minute. Meanwhile, I can show you the road layout while I'm waiting for my Tempad to recharge. I ran out of rails a few times, so I had to switch over to some spectral rails. And so we're going to have houses and shops distributed through this area. Mainly, and I also believe I'm probably going to put a radio tower over on this peninsula, right on the ocean. And large enough that it almost matches the obelisk, but maybe just a little bit shorter. I also think we're going to want it to be relatively crowded with builds. So I'm going to have some here, all like 4 or 5 of them, maybe 5 or 6, and some here. I'm going to scoot you somewhere. Kind of... I mean, I really like how that wall is decorated, but it could have a use. Anyway, are we charged up? Yep. Well, we're gonna have to do this the long way. We're gonna have to get Michael on a train. Well, Michael isn't married, so when I revive Trine, I may just put her in that house and see if they get along well. And of course, last resort, if we cannot get you on a train, we'll put you on the airship again. And we'll fly. Oh, here it is. Backing up. I really need to put a loop at the other end. I'm just gonna shove you on the train. And then shove you into a seat. Haha! I did have to coax him a little bit, but we were able to get Michael on the train. Now all we gotta do is head on over to the New City station. Here we go. Well, thank you for manning this station, but I suppose that it might be a little dark in here. Welcome to Port Industria, Michael. This is your house. Come up here with me. And you go ahead and do whatever you want. Now we have Michael as a villager, and we'll need to earn Monarch in this place as well. So I'll have to build a storage here eventually. And with that, we are out of time this time. Thank you for joining me. Next time we're going to revive Trine. I will get her out here. We're going to play Matchmaker. It's going to be great. And we'll probably make this place into an inn later, since it's a bed and breakfast and all. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.